finding your place on your mat. And when you arrive on your back, just take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let the body begin to sink heavily into the mat beneath you. Take a long, slow breath in through the nose. And a long, heavy sigh out through the mouth. And as you take your place on your back, on your mat, take any movements that feel good for you today. You might want to move through the wrists, move through the ankle joints. You might want to take the knees left to right, right to left, arms overhead. Really just using these first few minutes of your practice to feel into your body and notice where your body needs attention. Where are your tight spots in your body, your tense spots? Where are the parts in your body that you feel really good in? What feels strong? What feels open and ready to take a little bit more movement? Taking a long, deep breath in through the nose. Feel your ribs expand as you inhale. And with your next exhale, begin to bring the knees up into the chest. Take the hands around the knees and shins and gently squeeze the thighs in towards the body. With your next inhale, stretch the arms overhead, take the feet to the floor. Exhale, draw the knees all the way up into the chest. Squeezing the thighs into the body. Inhale, beginning to take the arms overhead, either feet to the floor, knees bent, or stretch the legs out long, full body stretch. And exhale, draw the knees all the way up into the chest. Squeezing the thighs into the chest. Inhale to a full body stretch. Maybe that's with the knees bent, feet on the floor, or legs outstretched. Reach into the fingertips, fill up the lungs. And as you exhale, draw the knees all the way into the chest. Squeezing the thighs in nice and close. Take a rock from side to side. Gently massage out your lower back. And then from here, take the feet all the way up towards the sky. Straightening through the legs. Think about your ankles being in line with your hips. And then flex the feet. Working the toes to point to the ground, the heels to lift towards the sky. Take in a breath. Lift the heels a little higher. As you exhale, think here about pulling the rib cage in and down towards the mat. So you begin to add in a little bit of abdominal work here. Making your core muscles strong, your stabilizers of your body strong. Take in a breath. Exhale, bring the knees all the way into the chest. Inhale, take the toes all the way up to the sky. Exhale, flex the feet. Toes point to the earth, heels lift towards the sky. Long, full breath. Exhale, pull the ribcage in and down. See if you can flatten out the mid part of your spine on the floor. Feel your tummy muscles engage. Take in a breath. Exhale the knees into the chest. Inhale, toes begin to lift to the sky. Exhale to flex the feet. Toes point to the ground, heels lift towards the earth. Take in a deep breath, fill your ribs. And then exhale, pull the ribcage in and down towards the floor. From here, slide the hands around the backs of the legs, wherever your hands meet. And then see if you can begin to guide your thighs to your chest, your shins towards your nose as you take a reversed forward fold. From here, begin to take a little rock all the way up to sit. So your legs are reaching out in front of you. Come up to sit using those strong belly muscles. Take the hands on the thighs. Inhale, lift the chest. And as you exhale, slide the hands forward towards the feet, gently coming into a forward fold. Take a long inhale, lift on the chest, reach the heart towards the feet. Exhale. Begin to see if you can sink a little deeper here. Take in a breath. So you exhale, going to begin to rock back onto our backs in our reverse forward fold. Legs reaching towards the sky, hands around the backs of the legs as you squeeze the thighs towards the chest. Keep a hold of the legs as you bring it all the way back up to sit. In that little strong L shape of the body, slide the hands forward towards the feet, forward fold. Let the chin curl in towards the chest if that feels good for you. Take a little bit of movement here, maybe as you rock your sit bones back a little bit. Take a long, slow breath in. Fill up the space that sits just behind the heart with your breath. And as you exhale, soften over the legs. Taking the hands to the backs of the legs, rock onto your back, come back into your reverse forward fold. Take in a breath. Exhale, come all the way up to sit. This time, bend the right knee as you come back to your seat. Take the left arm, wrap it around the right knee. Take the right hand around the back. Beginning to find your seated twist. As you begin to twist, think about your right knee coming across the chest towards your left ribs. Your left ribs coming towards your right knee. Lengthening up through the spine, take a deep breath in. And exhale, roll the right shoulder back. Take in a breath. As you exhale, bring the chest through center. Take the right hand to the outside of your left leg and take the left hand just behind the back. Open up your chest to the left. Just reversing the twist. Keep the spine nice and long. Lifting from your sit bones up into the crown of the head. Take in a breath. As you exhale, bringing the chest back through center. Take the right knee to the floor. As you inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, reach the hands forward of the left foot as you come into your forward fold. If your hands don't meet the foot, then take them anywhere along the legs they reach or even set them down on the floor. One full breath in. One full breath out. Bringing the chest all the way back through center. From here, take your right hand just outside of the right hip, reaching the left arm up to the sky. Take a breath in, lift up through your left pinky fingers. And as you exhale, if you want to come into your stargazer, push the ground away, lift onto your right knee and shin, and reach the left arm all the way overhead. Find length in the left side of the body as you reach into your left pinky fingers and press all the way into your left pinky toes. Take a breath. Exhale, come all the way back down to seat. Take the right foot next to the left and slowly rock all the way onto your back, coming back to your reverse forward fold. Legs are long, thighs towards the chest, shins towards the nose. Take a breath. Exhale, rock all the way up to sit, left knee bends. As you come into your seat, take the right arm around the left knee, the left hand around the back as you find your seated twist. Thinking here of the left knee coming across the chest towards the right rib cage, and the right rib cage coming all the way around to meet the knee. Long inhale as you sit a little taller, lengthening from the sit bones into the crown of the head. And slowly bringing it back through center. Take your left hand outside your right leg, the right hand behind the back, reverse the twist. Opening your chest to the right side of the mat. Take a long inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, bring the chest through center, release the left knee to the floor. If you need to support the hip at all, you could rest a block underneath that left knee if that feels a little bit more comfortable for you. As you inhale, lift the arms up high. Exhale, leaning forward, reaching towards the right foot or even beyond the right foot as you find your forward fold. Inhaling into the space just behind the heart. Exhale, soften into your forward fold. Long full breath in. So you exhale, come all the way back up through center. Take the left hand just out to the left side of the mat, reaching the right arm up to the sky. And as you inhale, think about lifting up from the right hip bone into the right pinky fingers. As you exhale, if you want to take your stargazer, pushing the ground away, lift onto your left knee and shin, reach the right arm overhead. Think here about the length from your right ankle bone into your right pinky fingers, and see if you can stretch the skin a little more on the right side of the body. Take in a breath. So you exhale, come all the way back down onto your bottom. Taking the left foot forward to meet the right. Take a breath. Exhale, rock back onto your back, reverse the forward fold. Legs are long, thighs towards the chest, shins towards the nose. Take a breath in. Exhale, rock to sit, right knee bends. Your rocks might become a little bit smoother the more you do them. Finding your twist, left arm around the right leg, right hand around the back. If you feel a little bit more open in the twist the second time around, you could take your left hand towards your right toes, maybe the left hand to the hip, or if you like to bind, the left hand comes through that little space in the right leg, and the right hand comes around the back, catching the hands together. Take in a breath. Exhale, come back through center, reversing the twist. Right hand to the outside of the left leg, left hand just to the back of the left hip. Opening up your chest. Take in a breath. Exhale, come back through center, taking the right knee to the floor. Again, you can support that right knee if you need with a block or a pillow. And then take the left hand to the right knee. And take the right hand behind the head. Turn the chest around so that you're looking directly down towards your right knee. Take in a breath. And on your exhale, begin to lean to the left, lowering the left shoulder towards your left knee. Lift and point your right elbow up towards the sky. Beginning to feel a lift of the skin from your right hip bone into your right elbow, stretching along the right side of the body. So you inhale, think about lifting the chest away from the hips, the chin away from the chest. And the exhale, sink a little closer to your left knee. Take in a breath. So you exhale, come back through center. Slowly bringing the chest back round. Bring the right foot to meet the left. Take in a breath. Exhale, take it back into your reverse forward fold. Reaching the feet overhead. See if you can increase the stretch along the backs of the legs. Take a breath. Exhale, rock all the way to sit, left knee bends. Beginning to find your twist. Right arm around the left leg, left hand behind the back. If your twist feels a little bit more open this time around, you could take your right hand towards your left toes, to your left hip, or even the right hand through that little gap in the left leg, up and around the left arm to catch the right. Maybe you can catch the hands. Take a breath. Exhale, come back through center and reverse the twist. Left hand to the outside of the right leg. Right hand just behind the right hip. Open and up through the chest. Take a breath. Exhale, find and center, lower the left knee to the floor. Or rest it over your block if you need. Take the right hand to the left knee. Take the left hand behind the head. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, begin to drop the right shoulder towards the right knee. Lifting the skin up from your left hip bone into your left elbow. Inhale, lift the chest up away from the hips. Lift the chin away from the chest. And as you exhale, sink a little closer towards your right knee. Take a breath in. Exhale, come all the way back through center. Taking the left foot to meet the right. Take a breath. Exhale, rock into your reverse forward fold. Slow and smooth as you move. And with your next rock forward, cross the ankles. From your crossed ankles, rise into your tabletop, or however you get into your tabletop. Spreading the fingers nice and wide on the mat, knees under the hips. Let's take a little rock here in the shoulders from side to side, a little rock in the hips. Let your head just be nice and heavy, chin coming in towards the chest. Feeling along your spine as you take a little bit of gentle movement here. Finding stillness in the center. Beginning to take a deep breath in, lower the belly towards the floor, lift the hips and head towards the sky. On your exhale, round the spine, draw the chin into the chest, push the tops of the feet and the palms of the hands firmly into the floor as you round through the upper back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head, lift the hips. Exhale, beginning to round the spine, push the hands and tops of the feet firmly into the mat as you lift the heart up away from the floor. Slowly come back, find a neutral. And with your next breath, take the right arm all the way up to the sky. Open up the chest to the right side of the mat. Think about pressing your right fingernails towards the left side of the mat. Take a breath. Exhale the right hand to the floor. Inhale, the left arm reaches all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, think about your left fingernails pushing to the right side of the mat, opening up the chest. Take a breath. Exhale in the left hand to the floor. Inhale, right arm reaches all the way up to the sky, open the chest to the right side of the mat. And as you exhale, this time bring the right hand around the back. Either place the hand into the lower back or see if you can find your left hip bone, your left thigh with your right hand. Keep lifting the right side of the chest, the right shoulder up away from the floor. Take a breath. Exhale, releasing the right hand to the mat. Inhale, lifting the left arm all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, take the left hand either into your lower back or wrap the left arm around the back. See if you can find your right hip. Maybe it's the flesh at the top of the right thigh. Thinking about your chest Opening up, left shoulder lifting up away from the floor. Chin pulls out from the chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, release the left hand to the floor, tabletop. On your inhale, drop the belly towards the mat, lift the head, lift the hips in your cow pose. Exhale to push the ground away, press into the hands, the tops of the feet as you rise into your cat. Inhale, drop on the belly, lift the head, lift the hips. Exhale, round and through the spine, press into your cat, palms press into the floor, tops of the feet press to the floor. And slowly coming back through center, back through neutral. Take a breath in. And on your exhale, slide the right toes to the bottom edge of the mat. Once the toes meet the floor, push into the right heel. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bring the right knee, tap it towards your right elbow. Inhale, bring the right toes back to the mat, push into the right heel. Exhale, bring the right knee, tap it to the right elbow. Inhale, take the right toes to the back of the mat, push into the right heel. Exhale, tap the right knee to the right elbow. And then place the right foot by the right hand. So your right ankle should be sitting underneath your right knee. And then begin to push the big toe knuckle of the right foot into the floor so that your right knee begins to squeeze into your right upper arm. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, take a little bend in the elbows until your right shoulder is pretty much level with your right knee. Allow your breath to become a little softer here. With each time you exhale, begin to relax into your hips. Keep bringing the big toe knuckle of the right foot to the floor so that your right knee squeezes in towards your right arm. Take in a deep breath. As you exhale, see if you can bend the elbows a little more so your shoulder begins to come a little lower than your right knee. Not bringing the elbows to the floor, but just a little bend to allow you to get that little bit of depth here in your hips. Take a breath in. As you exhale, straightening out through the arms, send the right knee back to the left, and then push into the heels of the feet, take a child's pose. Allowing the belly and ribs to rest over the thighs, stretching the fingertips forward. Take a deep breath into the back of the heart, the sides of the body, into the ribs. Exhale, sigh out into your child's pose. Long breath into the back of the heart, the sides of the ribs. Exhale, sigh it out in your child's pose. Inhale, bring it back into tabletop. And as you exhale, slide the left toes to the back of the mat, push into the left heel. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your left knee, tap it towards the left elbow. Inhale, full breath, left toes to the back of the mat, push into the left heel. Exhale, left knee taps to left elbow. Inhale, left toes to the back of the mat, push into the left heel. Exhale, left knee taps towards left elbow. And then place the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Your left knee is kind of in line with your left ankle. And then begin to push into the big toe knuckle of your left foot so that your left knee comes closer to your left shoulder, left arm. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, bend the elbows a little so that your shoulder, your left shoulder is pretty much in line with your left knee. Chest is parallel to the floor. Head is heavy. Pressing into the big toe knuckle of the left foot. Feel the left knee against your left arm and shoulder. Take in a breath. Exhale, see if you can bend the elbows a fraction more to bring the shoulder a little lower than the left knee. Notice the difference here. If it feels a little bit more intense, if it feels a bit nicer even for you. Take a breath. Exhale, straightening through the arms. Take the left knee back to meet the right. From here, tuck the toes, lift the knees, downward facing dog. I'm beginning to find a little bit of movement in downward facing dog. Check out where your hands are on the mat, where your feet are on the mat, if you need to change their placement. The hands need to be wider, the feet need to be wider. And just begin to find some movement in the legs, bending through the knees. If this is the first time in your day that you've had a chance to stretch, then make the bend in the knees a little deeper than you normally would. Allowing the thighs to come close to the body and the heels to press close to the floor. And find a little stillness here in your downward facing dogs. Take a breath in. With your exhale, begin to bend the knees a little as you walk the hands back to the feet. Beginning to fold the body forward over the legs, bend the knees a little more so that the backs of the thighs begin to come parallel to the floor. Your ribs and belly rest over your thighs. Really nice. Think about the weight of your bottom sticking all the way out behind you, your shoulders moving forward. Option to keep the hands where they are on the floor or lift the arms alongside the ears. Take in a breath. On your exhale, slowly rise to stand, squeeze the hip bones forward and press the arms out behind you. As you take the arms behind you, roll the shoulders together. Squeeze the glutes nice and tight as you press your hips forward. Take a breath in. Exhale. Shift the hips back as you bend the knees, bringing the ribs over the thighs. Either fingertips can come all the way down to the floor, or you can reach the arms alongside the ears. Take in a breath. Exhale, a slow rise to stand. As you get to the top, squeeze the glutes to push the hip bones forward. Roll the shoulders back to open up the chest. Really nice. Take a breath in. Exhale. Bend the knees, shift the hips back out behind you, and fold the body forward over the legs. Once your hands come towards the floor, walk all the way forward into your downward facing dogs. And find a little bit of movement in the legs. With your next inhale, bring the gaze forward. And exhale, this time the feet walk to the hands. Lift up to halfway lift, heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, deep bend in the knees, ribs over thighs, fingertips to the floor or arms by the ears. Take a breath in. Exhale, rise into stand. Once at the top, squeeze the glutes to push the hips forward, squeeze the shoulders back, open the chest. Take in a breath. Exhale, stand in neutral, hands to the heart, Tadasana. Inhale, arms are wide, reaching all the way up to the sky. Exhale, fold them forward over the legs. As you inhale, find halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands to the floor, step the feet back, and then lower the knees to the mat. Coming into tabletop. From tabletop, push back into the feet, child's pose. From child's pose, walk the palms of the hands as far forward as they can go. Take a breath in, a long exhale. As you inhale, begin to rise towards tabletop, and then allow the hip bones to come that little further forward of the knees. Take a breath. Exhale, push all the way back to the heels of the feet. As you inhale, rise up towards tabletop, allow the hips to come that little further forward of the knees. Lift the chest, lift the gaze, take a breath in, and exhale, a little bend in the elbows as you bring the chest all the way down onto the floor. Sliding the elbows out in front of you. Inhale, lift the heart into your cobra. As you exhale, lift the elbows away from the floor, turn them out to the edges of the mat, and bring the forehead to the floor. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze, bring the elbows back under the shoulders, cobra pose. Exhale, elbows wide, tapping the forehead to the floor. Inhale, elbows come back under the shoulders as you lift your heart in your cobra. Exhale, elbows wide, tap the forehead to the floor. Slide the hands by the ribs. Elbows nice and tight to the side of the body. Tuck the toes, press into tabletop, and then all the way back to your downward facing dogs. As you arrive in your downward facing dog, take a long inhale as you lift your right leg high in the air. And exhale, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, lowering the left knee to the floor. As you take your inhale, lift the right arm all the way out to the right, up to the sky. As you exhale, bring both hands onto your right knee. So you come up into your low lunge. From here, take the right elbow onto the right knee. Lift the left arm up to the sky. And then begin to take your left toes over towards the right. So you're in a modified warrior two. From here, think about the skin lifting up from your left hip bone into your left pinky fingers. See if you can reach your left arm a little higher. Take in a breath. So you exhale, bring your left hand to your left hip. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Turn the palm of the right hand around in the direction of your left shoulder. Take a breath. And exhale, lean to the left. Stretching into the right pinky fingers. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring both hands back to the ground to frame the right foot. Turning your left toes back out behind you. Take an inhale, gaze forward. And as you exhale, press back, stretching out through the right leg as you lift your right toes to the sky in half splits. Holding here, feeling the length and stretch along the back of the right leg. As you inhale, come all the way back to the sole of the right foot. Beginning to lift the chest, allow the left hip and thigh to sink towards the floor. Feel a stretch along the left side of the body, maybe into your right hip. Take a breath in. Exhale, tuck the left toes, lift the left knee off the floor. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, begin to tap your left knee to the right. You can have a block under your hands here if you need to. Take a breath in. Exhale, take the left hip toes to the back of the mat. Come back to your high lunge legs. Take in a breath. Exhale, tap the left knee to the right. And then lower the left foot to the floor to meet the right. Rise all the way up to stand, arms reaching high. Exhale the hands to the heart. Long inhale, arms are wide, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale to your halfway lift, heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, plant the hands, step in the feet all the way back towards your plank, and then lower the knees to the floor. Push all the way back through child's pose. From child's pose, slide the palms of the hands forward. Feeling the length along the sides of the body. And as you inhale, rise towards your tabletop, allowing the body weight to shift that little further forward. Take a breath. Exhale, press all the way back to the feet, child's pose. Take these movements nice and slow. Use your full inhale and exhale to move. Inhale, rising up towards your tabletop, allowing the shoulders and hips to sink forward. And as you exhale this time, bend and the elbows lower all the way down towards the mat. As you land on the floor, keep the hands this time underneath the shoulders. Squeeze the elbows into the ribs. And as you inhale, gently lift the gaze, lift the heart. Exhale, lowering the forehead and nose towards the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze. And this time as you exhale, see if you can lift the palms of the hands off the floor. Keep pressing your toenails into the mat. Take a breath in. Exhale, release the hands to the floor, push into your tabletop and all the way into downward facing dog. Finding a little bit of movement here in the legs in downward facing dog. Taking a long breath into the back space of the heart, lifting the hips up high. Exhale to soften and sink the heels of the feet to the earth. Your next inhale, take your left leg all the way up to the sky, lift it high. Exhale, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Lower the right knee to the floor. Keeping the palm of the right hand on the mat, inhale to lift the left arm all the way up to the sky. As you lift your left arm, think about the left pinky finger being stretched and lifted all the way up to the sky. Lift the ribs up away from the left thigh, the chin out from the chest. Take a breath. Exhale, both hands to the left knee as you lift up into your low lunge. From here, take the left elbow to the left thigh, reach the right arm up to the sky, and turn the right toes over to the left. So you're in your modified warrior two. Lift up through the right side of the body. Feel the skin pull from your right hip into your right fingertips. At the same time as you lift the right side of the body, you'll feel your weight lift out of your left elbow. Take in a breath. So you exhale, take the right hand to the right hip. Lift the left arm up to the sky. Turn the palm of the left hand in the direction of your right elbow. Take a breath. Exhale, lean over towards the right. Long full breath in. Stretch into your left pinky fingers. And as you exhale, bring both hands to the floor, frame the left foot. Take the right toes all the way back out behind you. Option here to use your blocks underneath your hands if you need, as we move into your hamstrings. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, push the hips back as you lift your left toes towards the sky, half splits. Long full breath in, reaching the heart forward. Long exhale. So you inhale, come back to the sole of the left foot. And as you exhale, drop the right hip bone and thigh towards the floor, lift the chest, stretching through the front of the right hip. Coming onto the fingertips, or maybe you have a block under the hands, so you can just lift that a little bit higher up away from the floor. You want to begin to feel the stretch along the front of your right hip and thigh. Take a breath. Exhale, push back into neutral. Hands to the floor, right toes tuck, right knee lifts. Take in a breath. Your hands can stay on the floor or on your blocks. And as you exhale, tap the right knee to the left. Take a breath in. Exhale, take the right toes all the way to the back of the mat. Find your high lunge legs once again. Long breath in. Exhale, tap the right knee to the left. Place the right foot beside the left, folding forward over the legs. Inhale, wide arms, rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, bringing the hands together in front of the heart. Long inhale, arms are wide, reaching up to the sky. As you exhale, deep bend in the knees, hips move back, ribs come over the thighs. Arms either overhead or fingertips to the floor. Take a breath in. If your arms are overhead, bring the hands to the floor. And as you exhale, lift the hips coming into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the feet all the way to the back of the mat to your plank. Your high plank or low plank. Or maybe you just want to take a little rest in child's pose. Take a breath in. Exhale, beginning to bend the elbows, lowering down to the ground, chaturanga. Inhale, press the ground away, lift the heart, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Moving through your vinyasa here. Or just simply chilling out in a child's pose. Once you arrive into your child's pose or downward dogs, take 3 deep breaths in through the nose. 3 long sighs through the mouth. Long breath in. Long heavy breath out. Long inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, lift and sweep the right leg all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, step the right foot behind the right wrist. Spinning the left heel in. Inhale, opening the arms wide, rise all the way up into warrior one. Reaching the fingers all the way up to the sky. Take in a breath. Exhale, bringing both hands all the way down to the ground. Option to step back into a plank and begin to move through a vinyasa, or drop the knees to the floor and sit all the way back in child's pose. If you're moving through your vinyasas from your high plank or low plank, bend the elbows lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you're in your child's pose, begin to make your way back into down dog or tabletop if that's better for your shoulders. And with your next inhale, lift and sweep the left leg all the way up to the sky. Exhale, step the left foot behind the left wrist. Spin the right heel in. Inhale, arms wide, rise all the way up, warrior one. Exhale. Pulling the ribcage in and down. Strong in the upper body, strong in the lower body. Breath is smooth. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring both hands to the floor. Option to step back and take your vinyasa, or step back and take your child's pose. If you're wanting to build up your strength in your upper arms, maybe you take it through a few rounds of vinyasa, or maybe you need that little bit of rest. So you sit back, take it easy in child's pose. Taking a long slow breath in through the nose. To exhale, if you're in child's pose, bring it into tabletop and all the way into your downward facing dogs. Inhale to lift the right leg all the way up to the sky. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Stay on the left tiptoes. Left hand on the floor or on a block. Inhale, take the right arm right all the way up to the sky, twist. As you find the twist, lift the rib cage up away from the right thigh. So you begin to find a little bit of length in the upper body. Take a breath in. Long exhale. As you inhale, sweep the right hand past the right heel, and then both arms all the way up to the sky, high crescent lunge. Rising tall, take a breath. Long exhale. As you inhale, begin to turn the chest to the left, spinning the left heel in, warrior two. Bring the gaze along the right arm and sink a little deeper into your right leg. You might need to readjust the stance of your feet so that you kind of work on a straight-ish line between the heel of the right foot, the arch of the left. Right knee presses towards the right pinky toes. Take in a breath. Exhale, take the left hand to the left thigh, palm of the right hand turns to the sky. And exhale, reverse the warrior. Taking the right arm up and overhead. Take in a breath. Exhale to take your right elbow to your right knee and thigh, reaching the left arm to the sky. Thinking about the left pinky finger reaching all the way up towards the sky. Take in a breath. Long exhale. Inhale, warrior two. As you exhale, bring the hands together in front of the chest. Bend the left knee, turn the right toes to the sky. A little side lunge to the left. Take in a breath. Exhale, both hands come to the floor to frame the right foot. Turn the left heel up towards the sky. Inhale, gaze forward. Option to have the block underneath your hands. And as you exhale, bring the left knee into the right. Flex the left foot so the toes look down towards the floor. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, push the sole of the left foot out behind you. Warrior three legs. The block under your hands will just give you that little bit of height if you need it, if the floor feels too far away. Take a breath in. This time as you exhale, bend the left knee and place the right hand on your left knee. Take a breath. Exhale, rise all the way up to stand. Right hand stays in contact with the left knee. Once you find your stand, your upright position, see if you can take the left arm all the way up behind you and twist. If you had your block underneath your hands, you could even rest the left toes on the block if you need to for balance. Take in a breath. Exhale, take the left foot to the floor, both arms to the sky. Long full breath in. Exhale, fold them forward over the legs. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands to the mat. Step the feet back and either take your vinyasa or step back and take your child's pose. High plank or low plank vinyasa as you lower to the ground, chaturanga. Inhale and cobra, lifting the heart. Exhale, pressing back to downward facing dog. Taking a little bit of movement in downward facing dog. If you're in your child's pose, make your way back to your dogs. And inhale, lift the left leg all the way up to the sky. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Keep the right toes to the floor, the right hand on the floor. And inhale, lift the left arm all the way up to the sky, twist. As you twist, lift the ribs up away from the left thigh, the chin up away from the chest. Take a breath in. Long exhale. Inhale, sweep the left hand by the left heel, reaching both arms to the sky, high crescent lunge. Standing tall and strong in your lunge. Take a breath. Exhale, turn the chest to the right, spin the right heel in, warrior two. Sink into the left thigh. Bring the gaze along the left arm towards your middle finger. And place the palm of the right hand to the right leg. Spin the left hand around so the palms to the sky. Take a breath. Exhale, reverse the warrior. Reaching the left arm overhead. Stretch into your left pinky fingers. Take a breath. Exhale, left elbow, left thigh, right arm to the sky. Think about the skin lifting up through the right ribs into your right pinky fingers. Take a breath. Exhale, warrior two. Bringing the hands together, bend the right knee, turn the left toes to the sky. Take a breath. Exhale, both hands come to the floor to frame the left foot. You can use the block under your hands here if you need. Take a breath in. And exhale, bring the right knee to meet the left. Flex the foot, toes look towards the floor, long full breath. Exhale, press the sole of the right foot out behind you, warrior three legs. Really nice. Take in a breath. Exhale, right knee comes back to left. Place the left hand on your right knee and begin to rise all the way up to stand. From here, once you find your balance, see if you can take the right arm all the way up behind you as you twist. Take in a breath. Exhale, right foot to the floor, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms wide, reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, fold them forward over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the feet back towards the plank, lowering the knees to the floor. Sink back, child's pose. Allowing the forehead to rest all the way down to the ground. Breathing into the back space of your heart as you inhale. Exhale, sigh out over the legs. Allowing the arms to soften towards the earth, forehead to rest into the floor. Slide the hands all the way back onto the knees. As you come up to your kneeling position, take the legs all the way out in front of you. With your hands on the legs, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, slide the hands towards the feet, folding the chest forward over the legs. Take a breath in. Exhale, slide the hands around the backs of the legs as you come into your reverse forward fold. Squeezing the thighs in towards the body. And then allowing the knees to bend. Place the soles of the feet to the floor. Inhale, reaching the arms overhead. As you exhale, slide your legs all the way out into Shavasana. And you might want to change up your Shavasana a little bit. You might want to bend the knees, place something under the knees, find a blanket or a pillow. Take a moment to set yourself up in a Shavasana that can allow you to stay in your stillness, in your quiet space for a few minutes longer. Once you're there, take a gentle squeeze of the shoulders so you feel a little bit more openness in the front of the chest. Allow the palms of the hands to turn up towards the sky. Notice how your fingers can curl gently in towards the palms of the hands here. Relax the fronts of the legs so that your knees and toes can begin to roll away from each other. See if you can relax the jaw. Maybe your top teeth can just brush the bottom lip. So when you inhale, you can feel cool air brush by the teeth, the lips. And beginning to slowly soften your breath. And allowing the body to soften in response. Just noticing how your breath naturally moves in and out of your body. Maybe you can notice the gentle thud of your heartbeat in your chest. Maybe you feel it in your belly. The pulsation of your heart, your life force. And just notice how good it is to be here, to be alive, to be able to move, to breathe, to be thankful for everything you have. Excuse me. Beginning to fill the lungs a little more as you begin to increase the volume of your breath. As you exhale, gently sigh out the breath from the lungs. Longer increase of the breath, longer sigh out of the breath. As you inhale, if you're comfortable, take a deep stretch of the body, arms overhead, reaching through fingers down through toes. And exhale, gently draw the knees to the chest. Squeezing the thighs in close. Slide the hands behind the knees. And take a little rock forwards and backwards until you find your seat. And as you find your seat, place the hands over the knees or the legs. And then turn the palms to the sky. Bringing the thumbs and middle fingers in towards one another. And then just gently squeeze them together. So you feel a connection. As you take a deep inhale, squeeze the thumbs and middle fingers as you lengthen the spine, opening up your heart to the sky. Exhale, softening the thumb and middle finger as you round the spine, chin into chest. Inhale, squeezing the thumb against the middle finger as you lengthen the spine, opening up your heart to the sky. Exhale, soften. Sigh in the chin all the way into the chest. Inhale, squeeze the thumb against the middle finger as you lengthen the spine, opening up the heart to the sky. Exhale, sigh in the chin into the chest. Bring the palms of the hands together. Bow the forehead to the thumbs. And take a minute here to thank yourself for your practice today. And simply rolling out your mat, stepping into your four corners of your mat, stepping into your body, your breath, your power, your strength. Thanking you all for joining in today, sharing your practice with me. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.